بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب قلوبنا وشفيع ذنوبنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد اللهم صل على محمد صلى الله عليك يا سيدنا ويا مولانا يا رسول الله وعلى آل بيتك الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين صلى الله عليك يا سيدنا ويا مولانا يا أبا عبد الله السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في محكم كتابه المجيد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فما لنا من شافعين ولا صديق حميم آمنا بالله صدق الله العلي العظيم اللهم صل على محمد. This is a verse in Surah Al-Shu'ara, two verses from Surah Al-Shu'ara, number 100 and 101. And the theme from it is about friendship. I would like to take these few minutes to speak about friendship. But before that, I've been requested to ask the mu'minun who are present to recite Al-Fatiha for Marhum Muhammad Hussein Musa Ja'far and for Kul Marhumin Al-Fatiha. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless his soul and grant him maghfirah in the eternal abode. So, in this line, Amir al-Mu'minin salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi, in his advice to his children, and this advice comes at the end of the life of Amir ibn alayhi salam, he says, Ya bani, O my sons, Ashirun nas, Ishratan, in ghibtum hannaw ilaykum. Live with people in such a way that if you are absent, they will miss you. وَإِن فُقِدْتُمْ بَكَوْا عَلَيْكُمْ. And when you are gone, they'll cry for you. That means you have to interact with people in such a way that they feel close to you and they find you to be a friend to them. So when you are still alive, they will miss you, they'll ask about you. But when you are gone out away from this world, they will cry for you. Then he says, Ya baniya, O my sons, innal quluba junudun mujannada. These hearts, verily these hearts, they are like very well-armed soldiers. They are well-equipped. Tatalahadhu bil mawadda. They are able to communicate with love. Without you realizing, the heart is connected to another person. And it is like there's communication between hearts. That's why sometimes if you are to ask a person if he truly loves you, you would just look in your heart. Do you find that love for that person or not? And many times when your heart loves someone, they love you back because there is some kind of communication and connection between you and the other person. So it says, these hearts are like armed soldiers. They communicate. To have a friend, to live a social life is a natural need that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created in us. No one can afford to live in his own. No one can afford to live in isolation. No one can exist on his own. You need other people. This is why Islam encourages so much to have strong bonds with other people and to have friends. If you read in Nahj al-Balagha, Amir ibn al-Islam says that the weakest of the people is the one who loses his friends. But the weaker than the weakest is the one who loses out or who is unable to acquire new friends. He cannot get people around him. He's very weak. Encouraging us to really try and create friendship and be closer to the people and create love and harmony, because that's how we can prosper and grow in this short life that we live. And this has got effects even in the hereafter. We cannot take friendship for granted. Friendship has effects even on the life in the hereafter. The verses I recited in Surah Shu'ara tell us that even in the day of Qiyamah, those people who will be suffering in hell, they will desire that there is a friend in Jannah who will remember them and do shafa'at for them so they can be relieved of the punishment. And indeed, some people will do shafa'at for others. Some mu'minun will be granted the opportunity to do shafa'at, to intercede on behalf of other people who will be suffering in hell. Because they will remember them and say, but where is so-and-so? We used to be close to him. And they will ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that if that person is in hell, to be removed, and some people would be relieved in that way. But there are those who will not even have the opportunity to benefit from that shafa'at. And these are the ones who will say, فَمَا لَنَا مِن شَافِعِينَ. So for us, there is no interceder. There is no one to intercede, to intervene on our behalf. وَلَا صَدِيقٍ حَمِيمٍ. Nor a friend, a close friend, and a warm friend that would pray for us and ask for us and be relieved from this. That's why we have been asked to increase the number of friends, because some of the friends will be helpful in the hereafter, and they might be the cause of salvation for other people. One of the wise people was asked, أَيُّمَا أَحَبُّ إِلَيْكَ. So who is more loved to you? Who is more closer to you? أَخُوكَ أَمْ صَدِيقُكَ. Is it your brother or your friend? And the wise man answered back and said, فَقَالَ إِنَّمَا أُحِبُّ أَخِي إِذَا كَانَ صَدِيقًا. I only love my brother if he is a friend to me. That even if you are your brothers, you need that friendship. Because without friendship, brotherhood is not useful at all. And sometimes we find people who are not born from one mother and one father to be closer than the ones who are born from one womb because of the friendship. But at the same time that Islam encourages us to have friends, it warns us against having friendship with certain groups of people. In a riwayah that is reported from our sixth Imam, Al-Imam Ja'far bin Muhammad al-Sadiq, salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi, narrated from his father, Imam Baqir, and from his father, Imam Ali bin al-Hussein, alayhim as-salam, he says, Imam Ali says, Ya bunay, unzur khamsa, fala tusahibhum. My son, look at five types of people and do not accompany them. Don't make friendship with them. Don't bring them closer to you. فَلَا تُصَاحِبُهُمْ وَلَا تُحَادِثُهُمْ. Don't be talking to them. Don't bring them closer. وَلَا تُرَافِقْهُمْ فِي الطَّرِيقِ. Do not accompany them on the way. Don't travel with them. And this is, very strong, that there are certain categories of people that a person must avoid. And who is this? So Imam asked his father, Ya Abba, man hum arifnihim. Who are these people? Please let me know them. قال إياك ومصاحبة الكذاب. I warn you against accompanying somebody who is a liar. Al-Kadhab is a person who lies a lot. No, he's used to lying until he becomes Kadhab. Just the way we have one person, Sadiq, means speaks truth when he is plenty of truth. He speaks truth a lot. He's called Siddiq. Okay, so we have also the superlative form of Kadhib, Al-Kadhab. Never accompany a person who is fond of lying. Why? He says, فَإِنَّهُ بِمَنْزِلَةِ السَّرَّابِ في منزلة السراب. He is like a mirage. What does the mirage do for you? يُقَرِّبُ لَكَ الْبَعِيدِ. He will bring closer what is far, and he will distance from you. وَيُبَعِدْ لَكَ الْقَرِيبِ. He will distance what is closer. He will make it far, look it far. Means that he is a person who cheats, who deceives. He's a deceiver. So how can you rely on a person who is a deceiver? He will mislead you. He will misguide you. He will make you fall in trouble. Then he says, وَإِيَّاكَ وَمُصَاحَبَةُ الْفَاسِقِ. Never accompany a person who is a wicked person, who is not pious, who does not have faith, is a sinful person. That is al-fasiq. The Quran warns you that if you receive any information from a person who is a liar, who is not pious, who does not fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then do not accept that information without verifying. إذا جاءكم فاسق بنبأ فتبينوا أن تصيبوا قوما بجهالة وتصبحوا على ما فعلتم نادمين. So if a person comes to you with information and he is not pious, do not take it. You have to test it. You have to examine. You have to verify. فَإِنَّهُ بَايِعُكَ بِأَكْلَةٍ. He will sell you at a small price. On a single morsel, he will sell you out. He will forsake you and he will sell you out to others. Means that he can put you into trouble without caring because he doesn't fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أو أقل من ذلك. وإياك ومصاحبة البخيل. Number 3 category of people that you should not accompany, they are those who are miserly. Don't accompany miser, a stingy person who is not able to share anything of his. Why is it so? Do not accompany miser. Imam says, فَإِنَّهُ يَخْذُلُكَ فِي مَالِهِ أَحْوَجَ مَا تَكُونُ إِلَيْهِ. This is a person who will not come to your need, who will not raise to your need at the most needful times, at the most desperate times. When you are so much desperate and so much in need, he will forsake you. He will leave you alone. He is not able to share anything with you. So what is the purpose of accompanying such a person? What's the purpose of making him closer to you? وَإِيَّاكَ, number 4, وَمُصَاحَبَةُ الْأَحْمَقِ. Or number 5, do not accompany a person who is a fool. A person who has no capacity to reason. Al-Ahmaq is a person who does not reason out. That's Ahmaq. He's a fool. This person could look very innocent, but he is more harmful to you than being useful. Why? He says, فَإِنَّهُ يُرِيدُ أَنْ يَنْفَعَكَ. While he wants to benefit you, يَضُرُّكَ فَيَضُرُّكَ. He will put you into trouble, while thinking he is going to benefit you. And we have examples for that. وَإِيَّاكَ وَمُصَاحَبَةُ. And this is number 5. The 5th category of people that you should not accompany is this one. وَإِيَّاكَ وَمُصَاحَبَةُ الْقَاطِعِ الرَّحْمِ. قَاطِعِ لِرَحْمِهِ. Never accompany a person who has cut off ties with his relatives. Or severe ties with the relatives. He's not in good terms with his parents, not good terms with his brothers. He's alone. He doesn't want to be closer to any one of these. Why so, Imam? فَإِنِّي وَجَدْتُهُ مَلْعُونًا فِي كِتَابِ اللَّهِ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ. I found him to be cast in the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala 3 times. In 3 places, a person who cuts off the relationship with his kin is cast by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So why do you want to accompany a person who is already cast by Allah? These 5 categories of people, you should avoid accompanying them in your life. And if you try doing so, then you'll put yourself in trouble. Now, this cuts across in many cases of our lives, many affairs. It could be when getting married, it could be in getting into business relations, it could be, in anything. You have to look at this kind of people that you should know. So, what is the criteria to choose a friend? Whom should you accompany as a friend? Very quickly, because we have limited time. Imam As-Sadiq alayhi salam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, again gives us the criteria, the principles on which we should choose the friends. Now, we do not accompany this one, so whom do we choose? What are the qualities that we should look into people that we want to make friends with? Imam says you have to look for these categories. Number one, five qualities. Number one, an takuna sariratuhu alaniyatuhu laka wahida. A person who has got only one face with you, not two faces. Not a person who is, when he's with you, will say something, when he is with another person, he will say something. His secret and his public life is same. He has only one face, one tongue. He don't say things behind your back. Sariratuhu alaniyatuhu wahida. The way he is with you openly, he is with you in your absence. You understand what that means. There's a person who is loyal, who is honest, and a person who is reliable. Number two, an yara zaynaka zayno, is a person who sees the beauty in you to be his own beauty. He is happy to see you in a good form, in a good shape. Wa shaynuka shaynu. If you have anything that is not good, any shortfall, he feels it is his. Means that whatever good is in you, he is proud of, and whatever wrong is in you, he is not happy with it. So that means that he cares about you, and he would want to remove you from anything. He would want to remove from you anything that is not good. He cares about you. So he's a friend who will tell you that this is not right, this is not acceptable, this is good, you have to go on with it. He will encourage you towards good, and he will forbid you from what is wrong. Because he sees you as his own. You are part of him. Otherwise, a person who is not truthful, he will not care about whether this is good, this is positive or not. Everything is okay with him. وَالثَّالِثَةِ أن لا يغيره عليك ولاية ولا مال. Nothing changes his status with you. Nothing changes his position with you. No position changes the way he will relate to you. Some people, when you are at the same level, you are good friends. But when he gets to another level, he becomes, he gets into authority. He will not relate to those who are lower than him. So nothing changes his friendship. There are people who have good friends when they are poor altogether, or they are same category in status. But when a person improves in his status, he will distance himself from those ones who are lower. This is not a true friend. A good friend is the one who remains the same to you, whether he's in power, whether he's in poverty, whether he's in riches. والرابعة ألا يمنعك شيئا تناله مقدرته. If he's able to help you, he will not stop it. Like anything that is within his power will be extended to you. And number 5, وهي تجمع هذه الخصال أن لا يسلمك عند النكبات. He will not forsake you at the time of need, at the time of trouble. You are in distress, you are so much in it, he will not leave you alone. Because of time, I will stop there, because there is a part that now Imam speaks about the rise of such people. Now that you have gotten such individuals in your life, what should you do to them? How should you relate with them? And we leave that for another time, inshallah ta'ala, when we get the opportunity. I wanted us to, at this moment, try and remember one of the great ladies in Islam. We rarely speak about her. And she's such an important personality in our lives, and such a great example that we should really try and understand and learn something from her life. We rarely speak about her because I never hear in the majalis that we mention her. This is the mother of Sahib al-Asr al-Zaman, As-Sayyida Narjis, salawatullah wa salam alayha. What a great lady, pure among the pure ones, and of high status. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose her to be the mother of our Imam, of the 12th Imam, and to be the one to carry this important person into this world. She was endowed with a heavy responsibility, and that tells you what are her status. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows where to put his message and whom to choose for that kind of responsibility. Now, As-Sayyida Narjis, the mother of Imam Sahib al-Asram, just very shortly, after the martyrdom of our 11th Imam, Imam Hassan al-Askari, salatullah salamu alayhi, she was taken into custody by Al-Mu'tamid al-Abbasi. She was not left alone. They took her away. Reason being, they want to find out where is Al-Imam al-Mahdi. Because they were eagerly waiting for this child. Where is he? And they suspected that this would be the mother of such a person. So after the martyrdom of the Imam, they took her into custody. But she deceived them. She did not reveal the truth to them. So she made them think that she was pregnant and she is yet to deliver the child. So they kept some women around her to watch over her. And this was for quite some time. Then it happened that there were chaos in the government. There were troubles, political turmoil at that time, to an extent that they forgot about her. And she found her way out of that palace from that custody, and she went to one of the Shias of that time, Al-Hassan bin Ja'far al-Nawbakhti. She remained at the place of this Shia until a time when Al-Mu'tadid came. This Al-Mu'tamid al-Abbasi passed away, and then came Mu'tamid Al-Mu'tad, 279. That's about 19 years after the martyrdom of Imam al-Hassan al-Askari alayhi salam. So he tried to find out where is Sayyida Narjis, and he learned that she was at the house of Al-Hassan bin Ja'far al-Nawbakhti. So he went for her again and took her into custody and placed her under watch until the time she passed away under the custody of this Abbas. Just like the Imam was under the guardianship of the army, that's why he's called Al-Askari, the same way his wife, after his death, remained under the custody, under the watch of Al-Abbasiyin. And she's buried besides Al-Imam Al-Hassan Al-Askari salamullahi ta'ala. This is a Sayyida Narjis. And this reminds us of the atrocities that were committed against the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. And in such days, you would remember the calamity that occurred in the household of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The first victim to the oppression of the people was Sayyida Fatima salamullahi ta'ala alayhi. And in such night, this is the night of Jumu'ah. You know that the souls of Anbiya, 124,000 prophets, are going to Karbala to be in the tomb, to be under the dome of Al-Imam Al-Hussein alayhi salam. That's why it's so great an opportunity, really, if a person finds a chance to go to Karbala to be in the shrine of Al-Imam Al-Hussein alayhi salam is such a night. They are all going there, the angels descending down to the grave of Al-Imam Al-Hussein salawatullah salam alayhi. And one thing that you might have experienced when you are just walking into the shrine of Al-Imam Al-Hussein alayhi salam, sometimes you pass by that point where Al-Imam Al-Hussein alayhi salam was slaughtered. And you will read on the walls, Madbah al-Muqaddas, the holy place that Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam was slaughtered. And what comes to your mind when you pass such a place? What kind of imagination do you have when you pass by that place and remember Al-Mawla Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam lying on the ground, helpless, and Shimr bin the Junction sitting on his chest, pulling his own beard and stretching his hand to slaughter Imam al-Hussein salawatullahi salamu alayhi. ألا لعنة الله على القوم الظالمين وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون والعاقبة للمتقين. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by the right of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, by the right of Fatima al-Zahra, by the right of A'imma alayhim salam, by the right of Sayyida Narijas and all the pure ones in this night. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us and forgive all our brothers, all mu'minun, and those who pass away. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them maghfirah and raise their status. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive al-marhum Muhammad Hussein Musa Ja'far and all marhum, for all marhumin. Let's recite al-Fatiha.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليك يا رسول الله، السلام عليك يا نبي الله، السلام عليك يا حبيب الله، السلام عليك يا خير خلق الله، السلام عليك يا محمد بن عبد الله، السلام عليك يا خاتم النبيين، السلام عليك يا رحمة للعالمين، السلام عليك يا مولانا يا علي بن ابي طالب، السلام عليك يا ولي الله، السلام عليك يا وصي رسول الله وخليفته الاقدس، السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين، السلام عليك يا أم الحسن والحسين سيدي شرائع الجنة، السلام